Hi everybody, this is Rook back with some new tips for Game War Fire Rage. Today we're going to talk about RSS farms, how to build up a good RSS farm and how to do the whole bank thing and what to think about. Okay, with an RSS Hyper farm, you mean you set up an account to be as productive as possible for silver and for food. Oh, well, you could have other things than food, but food and silver are the ones that people uh, lack the most and want to buy. Um, so you build as many villas as possible. You see in here, I only kept the academy and the forge. The forge is good to keep because uh, level 1, level 21 forge makes you have the 7th accessory available, and you want that one to get even more production. Um, and I also have left the marketplace intact because sending help marches is one key in this whole thing, so you need that one as well. Um, Other than that, you could tear down the prison, you can tear down the altar and all the barracks and all the hospitals and so on. Um, Having all these ones makes the city silver capacity 17 million. This will, of course, depend on how much research you done, and the overall hourly income is depending on how much what equipment you have. Uh, this is what I'm using. We are using food, the best food equipment you can, because I think it's more money, more speeds to get from food because the food production will be much faster. With this one, it produces 13 million per hour, which means after 4 hours, a little bit more than 4 hours. No, wait, 13, 26, 50, less than 4 hours, you will have a full store and can ship them off. And looking at having the best silver equipment available will maybe make this go 1.6 million per hour and will still take very long time to get it full. Uh, so even if you get a little bit more speed from silver, and the food will have be more work because you can't do the bounty trick with food that you can with silver. But so you will have to send more. The food will take a lot of time to send them from the bank to the buyer, but you will get so much more out of it, so it's worth focusing on food, I think. Okay, equipment. This is the Hercules helmet, food production 300%. After the Magister helmet, this is the best one you can get. You could get this one with just having maybe 1 or 2 packs. This is my best farm account, a bit too high, in fact, because but I got it so cheap that I thought it was a good investment. It was nearly had all the research and a lot of material to get good equipment and some gold and stuff. Um, Hercules, I would recommend. This crown is good for silver production, probably the best you can get from uh, base materials if you don't buy any packs. So either one of these I would recommend. Um, this is the rabbit armor, 145% food production. The Hector's armor, silver production 90%, is the best one you can get from not buying any packs. Winged sandals, these you could have better. I have purple ones, 58% food production. Odysseus sandals are good for silver production. And the Ruby Power Glove, is good both at food production and silver production. The purple one will be better than most of the others you can find. If you can get a yellow one, it's super good to have. After the Magister set, if you have a Magister set, you should of course use that one. But getting an account with the full Magister set, buying that one will probably take half a year of producing to get the money back. So it's not worth if you don't use your main account to farm. And last, the accessories. Uh, the Icarus wings gives 250% food production, which is the second best. Uh, the gold necklace is the second best, I would say. Have good silver production and also pretty good food production. But if you don't have the materials, Achilles will be decent. It has some food and silver production. So that's about equipment what we use. And then you will need to have a bank. This is our bank. The bank account you don't have to be a super one. The most important thing with a bank account is that you want to have five at least 5 marches available to do. 6 or 7 is even better, but 5 at least. And you also want to have research on the march uh, ladder, because you want to be able to send as much resources per march as possible. And you see the resource help capacity increase is the one I'm talking about. This will make you send more. Like you see, we're at level 9 now on this one, um, which means it gives us 2 million more per march. Because if you're gonna send, we produce about 1 billion with all our farms food per day, and we sell 3 billion at the time. And if you're gonna send 3 billions of food, having like 3 million at max instead of maybe 7 or 8 million is a big difference. You will have to send 333 marches to get to 1 billion if you have 3 million, and you will, if you can send maybe 7 or 8 million per march, then you will it's almost a third of that, and the time consuming. It's so boring that you might even end up dying of boredom. So this is good. The resource help tax you also want to have good, especially you want to have it on all your farms, but especially in the bank, because it will reduces the marketplace tax um, by some, so you don't lose that much in taxes. So this is good, and also set up the hero tree. Now this is only we're probably going to make some research, but not just now. So we're focusing on silver production, food production, silver production 2, food production 3, silver production 3, the resource production and resource help capacity increase. And if you have a level 55 hero, you also will have the production capacity increase, which will allow you to have more production. And this one is our best. It can produce up to 48.9 million. Then it's maxed. You don't produce anymore. Then you have to ship it. So this one we ship every 4 hours. And you can take a look at some of the other farms to see how they are. Here is McManaman. And looking at McManaman, we have gone with a little bit more silver in this one, which means we will have the best silver production available with not buying any packs. This is from standard material only. We built this up with gifts from my main and from speeds we got when we sold food, so when we sell food, we use some of the speeds to the farms. So we build up the farms, upgrade them, and this is good silver production. This means instead of 4 hours, it takes 6 hours to fill the food. But in my case, I am not able to, well, having every fourth hour sending this once takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes to send all farms. It will be too time consuming. So we decided to have one or two maxed, so we can send them a little bit more often. And this ones, the rest we send every 6 hours, and then we can have more silver. And the bounty trick is very cool. So, and you also need silver sometimes for our mains. So that's how we set it up. Um, that's a typical one. We can look at some other Shankly, built up pretty much the same. It's always a balance. If you don't have material enough to make even better equipment, you will have to ask yourself: is it worth getting the material? I mean, getting the material. In our, we got it from gifting alliance quests and daily quests, and then working them on auto clicker on my computer, and that way getting a lot of materials like jewelry and glass and stuff like that to get this one. Is it worth gifting? In this case, getting better equipment like I would prefer another, having something else, the Icarus wings or something like that for this one. Is it worth gifting? I would say maybe 200 quests, 300 quests to get a better one. Well, 200 quests is, well, maybe not 200 k gold, but maybe 150k gold or something like that. And I mean, 150k gold, you get a lot of speeds from that. You will have to work this very very long time, and so ask yourself: is it worth it? How long you gonna work? Maybe maybe it will take 3 months to get it back, or you're gonna play this game more than 3 months. You don't know, and so when you have enough of the most important thing, the most important thing to build this one, to get it as cheap as possible, is having a good construction, because building all the construction is, and of course research is important. You want to have Sky for research, and you want to have a Malay for construction speed. This is 10%. Most important is for construction is of course the Odyssey. We have this one we had 3 yellow ones, which means 49 plus almost 150% cheaper. And if you have a stronghold 21 villa, I would, it's the difference with these zones are maybe 2 days, 3 days. If you're gonna make 21 of those, or 17, or I don't know exactly how many it is, but this is very important in the cost. So you want to have good chalices, the Odysseus, I mean, you want to have yellow or purple ones, and you also want to have 3 chalices, yellow or purple, to get us the research speed down, because you want to have a bit of research in all of them. Tax will pay off in time, and also sending more so you can ship faster will also be very valuable, because then you can manage to have more farms. Right now we have Klopp 1, Shankly 2, McManaman 3, De Roche, Coutinho, Hendo we're still building, and Jamie Carra, Firmino. I think we got 6 fully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones that are finished, and 2 ones that are nearly finished. That's 8. and we have one prospect that we're gonna work that has a long way left, but has some good gold in it and some speeds that we're gonna work on. So we're maybe aiming at having 10 finished one, and that having 10 good ones will make you maybe earn let's say 1.6 billion food per day, and probably around 400 million silver, something like that, 300 million silver per day. Let's say 300 if you dump them 3 or 4 times a day. And from 1.6 billion food, you maybe get 45 3-day speeds or something like that. 40 30 is 30 3-day speeds for 1 billion, and then you take half, like 45 speeds, and then maybe 10 more. Let's say you have 150 days speed days as an income per day. Make maybe 1,000 days a week. You could train some troops from that, and get some research done from that. So that's what we're aiming at. If you want to be having enough speeds to compete all the way with the top accounts, I would say you maybe need 40 farms or something like that. And dumping 40 farms 4 times a day, it's a lot of work. I share this with my friend Alan in the G1 account. We do this together, so we share it. We don't get as much, but it's a lot of work. Shipping and selling food takes a lot of time. So it's up to you how much time you want to spend on it, and how uh, patient you are and willing to work. I don't work at days, so I have a little bit more time to use, and so Alan has the same situation right now. So that's why we can do this. If you have a job or something like that, maybe you would settle for 2 or 3 farms that can give you enough food and silver so you can use it for trained troops. You don't have to buy it, and make your income like you don't have to spend as much as you would otherwise. But it's up to you. So this is how we set it up. Hope you will have some use of it, and maybe can learn something from it. Please ask questions. You can drop me a mail or leave it on the website if you want. My stronghold is Rook, R0OK. Have a nice day. Peace out.